Amy is my name, hence sharing this story seems quite exposed. I have not discussed this highly personal incident with anyone close to me, but perhaps putting it into words can help me sort through everything. My brother and his wife requested me to look after their baby Liam last summer while they were away for the weekend. Liam, a brilliant and reflective young guy, usually easy to be around, had just turned 18. Thinking it would be a normal few days of movies, munchies, and easy chat, I consented without thinking twice. The first day passed with little incident. Liam and I caught up on life and laughed over ridiculous jokes as we watched a comedy series. Everything seemed regular, but I could never have predicted the degree of shift the next day. When Liam indicated he was off to see some buddies late morning, having the house to myself for a few hours delighted me, and I chose to unwind in my bedroom with the door just ajar. After browsing social media for a little, I decided to watch something to help me relax. Everything appeared to be normal. Not even did I consider Liam perhaps returning early. But then the door opened without warning. Startled to find Liam standing there with an odd expression on his face, I turned. "Amy, I forgot my keys," he muttered fast, but his attitude betrayed more than his words. Time seemed to stop momentarily. I hurried to hide myself, praying I could vanish, my cheeks flushed with shame. "Liam, you ought to knock," with quivering voice I managed to say. His eyes flicked anxiously. Then he retreated, murmuring an apology. He whispered almost too quietly, "I'm sorry," then turned and left the room. The remainder of the day went in embarrassing quiet. Liam avoided looking at me, and I sensed an aura of tension not before present. That evening, seated in the living room, I made the decision to confront what had transpired. "Liam," I said warily, "about earlier, let's just forget it, okay?" He nodded fast, but his face stayed blank. "Certainly," though I assumed that would be the end of it, the discomfort persisted. Liam seems to find reasons to be near me more frequently during the next 4 days. Little gestures and lingering looks. Though all felt weird, there was an obvious link developing between us. One evening, Liam came over to me as I was finishing up after supper. His voice was calm, yet reluctant. "Amy, could we perhaps discuss?" Turning to meet him, I wiped my hands on a dish towel. "Clearly, what's on your mind?" Red in the cheeks, he said, I can't stop thinking about what happened." "Liam, it was an accident," I said fast. "There's no need to muck about it." "It's not just that," he remarked, approaching closely. "I feel different when I'm around you. Like, I can talk to you about anything." His statements caught me off guard, not sure what to say, so I said nothing, expecting he would say more. He said, "You're someone I trust totally. Then I think I might feel something more than that." I found his confession to be shocking. As Liam stood there, vulnerable and honest, I couldn't ignore the tug I felt, even if the idea of anything more than family devotion was unimaginable. Liam was my nephew. Though I couldn't ignore it, it wasn't right. "Liam," I murmured gently, "this isn't possible. You are our family." His voice shaking, he said, "I know, but..." I've never felt this way before. Seeking to ground us both, I rested a hand on his shoulder. "We have to draw limits. Whatever you're feeling, we cannot act on it. Our stress didn't go away even after our chat." Liam's presence started to act as a continual reminder of the conflicting feelings whirling inside me. Though I tried to pay attention to my own life, his visits and communications persisted. Liam texted me one evening, asking, "Can I come over? I must chat." Though I hesitated, I said, "Okay." His attitude was serious when he got there. "Amy," he replied, "I know you said this isn't right, but I can't stop thinking about you. In a way no one else can. You help me to feel understood." "Liam," I stated decisively, "this is about what's right, not what we want." With a frustrated voice, he asked, "Then why does it feel so real?" I didn't know. Though I knew we couldn't allow these emotions rule, I honestly didn't know why. We kept some sort of normal over time, but every glance we made and every moment we alone experienced seemed heated. Liam's candor had made me face my own emotions, ones I wasn't ready to own. Years of strain had gone on my marriage. Often distant, Mark, my spouse, was preoccupied with his job. The emotional hole I felt with him simply made my relationship with Liam more perplexing. Liam texted once more one night after Mark went on a business trip. "I have to see you," I shot back. "Not tonight, it's too complicated." His answer came right away. "Please, I'll stay far away, I just have to chat." Against my better sense, I nodded. Liam arrived and hesitated but determinedly stood at the door. He said, "I can't pretend I don't care, but I don't want to make things harder for you." I groaned and moved aside to let him inside. "Liam, we have gone through this." His voice firm. "I know," he replied, "but you deserve to be happy, and I can see that you're not." His comments go right to the core. He was right. My marriage had turned into a hollow shell, and Liam's presence filled a hole I had not even noticed. But admitting it seemed like crossing a line I couldn't undo. "Liam, this isn't about what I deserve," I said. "It's regarding what's right." He nodded. Eyes glistened with a mix of sympathy and knowledge. "I needed you to know how I felt." That evening, I vowed to concentrate on fixing my marriage. Mark and I had a weekend trip to reconnect, but the distance between us felt unworkable. Every effort at communication came back flat, and I started thinking about Liam more than I cared to admit. I knew things had to alter by the time we got home. Torn between my obligations and my feelings, I could not continue to live in this twilight. At last, Liam and I discovered a means of keeping in touch without violating any rules. Though our relationship was solid, we both recognized where the line was drawn. Though difficult, it was absolutely vital.